It's that time of year again. That's right. I'm not talking about Halloween. I'm talking about stopping rust.
Fluid film update. Year 7 going into year 8 on this 2017 Colorado. So this truck's been coated every year since it was brand new, and I'm probably one of the only people out on YouTube. I'm sure there's more now than what there was when I started, but I'm one of the few people that has actually documented, do these coatings work year after year after year. At this point, guys, this is gonna be my last annual update because frankly, there's nothing here to update you on. As we're gonna go a little bit later on into the video, I'll show you exactly why I'm pretty much done doing annual updates on this truck, because frankly, I'm not recording anything anymore. Nothing under here is changing. Everything is staying as it should, and there's no rust.
We're getting older, that's about it.
Yeah, pretty much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick up the camera and just sort of take you guys around, show you what the bottom of this truck looks like this year. And guys, it looks pretty much the exact same way that it has for about the past 5 years now. So let me grab the camera and walk you guys around. So guys, this is a 2017 Colorado. It has roughly about 50,000 miles on it. It's lived its entire life in northeastern Ohio, and typically in this environment, guys, at this point, I've owned a vehicle that was less than 8 years old that had holes in the rocker panels. So when you guys start looking at the actual condition of this truck and what this thing looks like underneath this coating, yeah, it's pretty much spotless. So I can pretty much definitively say at this point, yes, these coatings work. They work well as long as they are properly maintained. Overall, I wouldn't say there's massive differences between the products. I think the person that is in charge of doing the maintenance on the coating is a bigger variable than the coating itself. There's plenty of guys out there that use fluid film and get great results. There's plenty of guys that use wool wax and get great results. There's plenty of guys that use surface shield and get great results. It really just comes down to how diligent you really are with maintaining the coating on the vehicle. Overall, guys, there's nothing detrimental in my eyes to spraying the bottom of your car with this stuff. As far as maintenance of the coating, Dad, what have you done as far as maintenance of this coating? As far as like, do you wash the bottom of the vehicle? Because I always get comments like, how are you maintaining this to make it look so good?
I don't do a thing.
Right,
Yeah,
so.
I've never done anything. I just, I mean, the rain washes it off on its own. That's about it.
Right, and that's why you need to maintain it every year. Regardless of the product that you're using, you should be looking at this at least once a year. And kind of what I tell people is, you change your oil twice a year, and you already have the vehicle jacked up. So at that point, there's no reason you shouldn't be checking on the coating when you change your own oil. All the vehicles that I spray for, guys, I pretty much tell them to do the exact same thing. Ignore the coating. So spray it on the bottom of the vehicle, drive the vehicle for a year, and ignore it until the following year when you go to recoat it.
Even the steel tubes that I added on aftermarket, I haven't done anything to. He sprays the inside of the tube. There may be a little bit of rust on there, only because it's right in line with the wheel. It may not, it may be just dirt. But that's all steel, and that's probably the cheapest steel on the truck, wouldn't you say, when you go buy aftermarket?
Yeah, so I worked at an aftermarket supplier, guys, about 15 years ago or so that sold tube steps. And the steel tube steps in this environment would last 3 years.
And they're just hollow tubes.
And these have been on the truck basically since the truck was what, like 3 months old, 2 months old?
Yes.
So that's about it, guys. There really isn't much really to update you on here. Taking a look at like the CV boots and the ball joint boots and stuff, all that stuff's perfectly fine. Even like I said earlier, you know, the brake hoses seem to be fine, the bump stops. I don't see any major detrimental effects of spraying this stuff on the bottom of a vehicle.
And the steel tubes, I bring those up, they're right in line with the front tires, and they do take a beating.
You do have mud flaps too, which,
yeah,
but still.
But they're still, when you rain, I mean, I actually put some tape over the ends over a little bit that's still there. That was right after I bought him, but he pulls that back and sprays in it. But I don't think, you've seen them on other trucks where they're falling off.
Yeah, like I said, in this environment, if you put a set of aftermarket steel tube steps on your vehicle, it's 3 years and they're rotting off the vehicle. And these are what, 7 years old at this
Correct.
point, going into 8. So yeah, that's really about it, guys, for this one. So we'll put my other truck, or the other 2017 truck, up on the lift and sort of take a look at it and see what it looks like. But overall, really really isn't much to really report here. Up in the bedsides, overall frame rails, diff cover, not much to really say. And at this point, honestly, I'm probably not even going to spray it this year because, like, look underneath here, guys. The coating, it's still nice and gooey underneath. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And whether that coating is a 1/4 inch thick or an 1/8 inch thick, it really doesn't matter, because either way, it's going to protect the metal like it should be. So yeah, it's dirty and nasty, but you know what? If you came under here with some degreaser and a pressure washer, it would probably look pretty much spotless. So, like, there you go.
I haven't been through any cornfields lately either.
Yeah, so he's got some property in southern Ohio that a couple years back he was driving through the cornfield all the time, and it did wipe a lot of the coating off. But as long as you're not subjecting the coating to anything majorly abrasive, really not a huge problem. Honestly, the only real rust on the truck to really speak of is going to be the exhaust system, and unfortunately, there really just isn't a whole heck of a lot that you can do, guys, to an exhaust system. I've tried playing around with some other coatings, and I haven't had good luck with them. The exhaust system on a modern diesel truck simply gets too hot, in my opinion, for most coatings that are out on the market. And it's definitely heat related as far as the surface rust that you're seeing here, because this up here is the SCR catalyst, and this is the diesel particulate filter. Well, the diesel particulate filter, when it goes through a regen process, it's going to get to 1200 degrees. I can pretty much guarantee you that the SCR and the DPF are the same metal as far as, metal composition. And I think it just comes down to the amount of heat going through this section of the exhaust is why it looks the way it does. But yeah, overall, guys, that's pretty much what I have to update you on this truck. And let's get the other 2017 truck up on the lift and take a look at what it looks like. All right, guys, so I've got my truck up on the lift, and let me take you guys around and show you what this thing looks like. Honestly, there's really not much to update you guys on, frankly. This truck is a 2017 Colorado. It is the same year as my dad's. My dad bought his truck in October of 2017. So his truck has gone through 7 winters going into 8. I bought my truck in the spring of 2018. So this truck has seen 1 less winter than what his has. But overall, guys, as you can see, there isn't any real rust to speak of on this truck at all. There's a couple little spots, like maybe that emergency brake cable up here. Like, yeah, maybe there a little bit, but you know what? By and large, not really much to talk about under here. The exhaust is an exception, and I've played around with some different coatings on this particular truck to try and make it last, but this is a Cerakote high heat exhaust coating, and you guys see the condition of it. It is what it is. That's why when you look at this frame section over here, that's why it looks silver, because I didn't mask any of this off. So this is all silver overspray that you're kind of seeing in this section. Some of this sand is actually sandblasting sand from when I had to sandblast the exhaust. But looking underneath it, yeah, it's still spotless underneath, as it should be. Yeah, a little bit of rust right there on the pinion, but I mean, that's a little more than flash rust at this point. The only other spot that I saw was back here where the spare tire rubs against the frame of the truck. Frankly, that's peanuts for going into its 7th winter. So guys, at this point, there really isn't much else that I can update you on. Yes, these coatings work. And you know what? That was my ultimate goal when I started this, was simply trying to see if these coatings work or not. I never committed to you guys to sit here and give you a play-by-play every single year for the next 30 years on what the bottom of this truck looks like. So with all that in mind, and the fact that the truck isn't changing, guys, I'm done doing undercoating updates. Frankly, it's just unnecessary at this point. Yes, all of these coatings work. In my experience, yes, there are differences between the coatings, but after I've sprayed for some people, family and friends and stuff, the person that is having the coating applied to their vehicle is a bigger variable than the coating itself. So what I'm saying is, you can use fluid film, you can use wool wax, you can use surface shield. Hell, I had a guy email me about crown. If you annually inspect and reapply any one of those products, I can pretty much guarantee you will get great results. Where people run into problems is they go, I don't think I need to do it this year. And when the vehicle's brand new, in my experience, guys, you need to be very diligent about the first 3 years. Once you have 3 years worth of coating on the vehicle, you have that dust and the coating mixed together and it starts to build up some film thickness. At that point, yeah, you know what? You can start backing off. But until you get to that third winter, yeah, you need to coat it pretty much every year. Now, there are exceptions to that rule. If you guys have like a salt truck or something like that, you're literally spreading a corrosive substance with the vehicle in question, then yeah, you're probably gonna have to coat that vehicle a little bit more often. So now, because I'm not doing annual undercoating updates, what I didn't want is I didn't want a big void or a big vacuum of information because I'm getting out of this space. I'm not gonna get out of it entirely, but there's no reason for me to shoot this video every year. So what I did was I actually created a Facebook group dedicated to lanolin and oil-based undercoatings. The point of this video, whenever this video gets published, I think the group has like 6,500 members or somewhere close to that at this point. So I'll put a link down below to that Facebook group. And guys, NHOU's in there. Fluid film is in there. Protection First Class is in there. There's legitimate manufacturers in there, including a bunch of their dealers are in there and a bunch of DIYers. So there's a bunch of information being exchanged from the manufacturer level all the way down to the consumer in one location. I'm super proud of that group. If you guys are in the group, I highly, highly appreciate everything you've done, because there's actually, for having multiple competitors in the exact same group, I'm actually kind of shocked, because I thought that I was gonna have to ban some people and keep manufacturers out of it. And I feared that there was gonna be a bunch of infighting between manufacturers and brand loyalists and things like that, and there hasn't been any of that. So I'm super, super appreciative of that. I think it just kind of speaks to this industry as a whole. So the next videos I'm gonna create for you guys, the next one coming up is, I had a subscriber reach out to me with a 2018 Colorado. He lives in North Royalton. North Royalton is about 15 miles dead center in between me and my dad. So he's in the exact same environment as these two trucks that we've been looking at in these annual updates every single year. So what I'm gonna do is, the next video is gonna be a direct A/B comparison. My dad's truck that's been sprayed since new, it's a 2017 versus a 2018 truck that's never been sprayed before. What are all the differences? What does the bottom of the truck look like? We're gonna take a look at things like rubber bushings, CV axles, ball joint boots, stuff like that. All the stuff that you guys have had questions about, I'm hopefully gonna have some sort of long-term data to be able to tell you guys in that video. After that, I'm gonna do kind of like the bookend of undercoating for me. I started out, the first video I ever did was on undercoating, was how to spray it. So I'm gonna have another video coming out showing you guys, after 7 years, I've learned some tricks, and basically it's gonna be another video on how to spray the bottom of your vehicle with a lanolin-based undercoating. So that's what I have coming up, guys. Hopefully you guys got something out of this content. I mean, I don't really wanna brag when I say this, but I don't know of anybody else on YouTube that has given 7 years worth of updates on an automotive product. I mean, Consumer Reports doesn't even do that kind of stuff. So at this point, I've proven everything that I need to prove here. And frankly, guys, that's why I'm done. I don't really have much else to say. So that's gonna be it. So as always, guys, I will have links down in the description to the different products here. You know, the fluid film, the wool wax, the surface shield, the aerosol cans, the spray guns, whatever you guys want. I'll have all that stuff down below. As always, guys, if you guys like the video, hit like. If you want to see more content, go down and hit subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.